Hey guys, this is John with Get PC Security. In this video today, we're going to review Sophos Home Premium consumer offering. Now this is a cloud-managed PC security software that we've been testing for quite some time here, and we're eager to do the review and get this out. But before we go any further, take a second now and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon too, so you can be notified when we post new videos. Now we're going to do a number of things here in the video today. First, we're going to take a look at the Home Premium offering, what it is, where it came from, how long it's been in the market. We're also going to look at the other offering in the consumer space from Sophos as well. We're going to compare some of the features, look at the pricing and the specs on this product and the functionalities. We're going to walk through all the settings and controls and the portal that you get with Sophos Home Premium. And we might also talk about some of the features that this product doesn't have from Sophos that are found in some of the other PC security products out there today. So there's lots to cover here in this video with Sophos Home Premium. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Okay, so before we go into the portal and begin looking at all the features and benefits and settings in the portal that we get to play around with and change in Sophos Home Premium, let's take a look at the other Sophos consumer product and how this stacks up against that product and what you get with each of those two versions. So let's take a look at those now. Okay, so here you have a good look at the two different Sophos consumer products. One is called Sophos Home Free and the other one is called Sophos Home Premium. Right under here, you can see from the free version, these are the features that it covers: artificial intelligence, real-time antivirus, parental web filtering, web protection, remote management, and the free version, which is free, covers up to 3 devices. So that's what you get with the free version. Now over here on Sophos Home Premium, I do have some updated prices as of a day or so ago. This does come in a 1, 2, or 3-year license, and these are the prices as of this day that they had posted on the website. So 1 year at 45, 2 years at 78, 3 years at 99. So below you can see these are the features that come in premium. Now anything that has a blue dot here is an additional feature or benefit above and beyond the Sophos Home Free product. So you get, in addition, malware remover, ransomware security, banking protection, privacy protection, and identity protection. You also get a boost in the number of devices that you cover. Now this isn't unlimited coverage. There are some PC security vendors that offer unlimited coverage. This does cover you though up to 10 devices, and it does come with premium support as well. The free version doesn't come with premium support. So these are the two different versions. These are what you get. The blue dots are highlighting the additional benefits you get above the free version. We've got pricing here. Now down here in the bottom left-hand corner, these are the minimum requirements for Windows PCs and Macs. All right, now I know there's a lot of information on the slide. We're not going to read it all and cover it all. I just want to give you a quick view of the product highlights and features before we go look in the portal and begin to look at all the settings and what we can change in the portal itself. So let me give you a little history on the background of where this software, where this consumer products from Sophos came. So Sophos Free and Sophos Home Premium basically are products born out of Sophos's business grade security products. So they launched their consumer versions based upon the business grade security solutions that they had, that they were offering enterprises, and they started these a couple years ago. So you can see right here, the free version launched December 2015, about 4.5 years ago from when this video was made, and the premium version was launched in February 2018, about 2.5 years old. So relatively new products, but they certainly do offer a lot, and there's a lot of features and benefits. So tremendous products. And I will say this, that they do have a really strong renewal rate. So 90% of the customers that initially purchase it come back and renew the product, so which is very high. And as they claim here, it's about 25% higher than the industry average. So kudos to Sophos for having a great product and also being able to renew those consumers over and over again as they come back and as those initial purchases expire and run out. So great renewal ratio. But let's just touch base on these really quickly. So again, as I said, this is business grade made simple. So this is the Sophos is extending their business grade security solutions into the home space. We covered that already. They do have advanced malware scan and clean, and this is part of the software that performs the deep scans and cleanings and remove traces of malware on your PCs, and that's definitely certainly a leading highlight of their software. Advanced ransomware protection powered by artificial intelligence. This is a clear highlight. Sophos is taking this from their business grade security software and moving it over to the consumer space. So this is a huge highlight. I would say this is one of the biggest features of the product. The last one that I love, that I use a lot, that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to show you how to do it, is the remote management feature. This is awesome. I manage remotely using Sophos Home Premium software for a couple of people that are in different states and halfway across the country here in the US. So this is a huge feature, very easy to do, and we're going to run through that too. So those are the 4 leading product highlights. And there's some other things here we're going to cover: advanced real-time protection, privacy protection, online banking features and functionalities to protect you from shopping, and also there's some parental web filtering as well. It's a bit limited, but we're going to look and see what they offer and show you what that's all about. So those are the leading product highlights and additional features. Let's jump over into the portal to begin to look at all the settings and features that the portal has to offer. Okay, and here we are in the portal for Sophos Home Premium. And as I said in the beginning of the video when I kicked it off, this is a cloud-managed PC security product. So all the settings here, you can see all the settings that come with PC, with Sophos Home Premium, the malware protection, and we have green checks and everything. It says we're protected, everything's up to date, got everything enabled here. You have the status, you have my activity, the settings, you can add a device. You can share Sophos with a family member or a friend, and it takes you to a link where you can email it to them, and then there's help and support. The only thing you can actually do here on your PC real quickly is scan. So I'm not going to hit it, but if I hit scan, I know I'm up to date. I'm not going to hit scan now, but if you hit scan, you can run a scan really quickly on your PC by opening up the product and just hitting scan. If any of these other settings here, when you click on them, it takes you right to the cloud portal. So let me click on settings, and it's going to take us right to this cloud.sophos.com. Okay, so here we are in the dashboard, and just looking at the dashboard, you can see that I have 3 green circles with PCs. I'm managing 3 PCs out of the total of 10 that I can manage with this software. And let's just, before we go into the dashboard, one of the PCs, I can add a device in a couple of different locations, over here or over here, and then I can also share Sophos with a family or friend or someone else about that. I can click on support up here. I'll click on support real quickly, and it'll take me to a great support page where I can search articles, getting started videos, configuration articles, release notes, troubleshooting, managing the account. So I can search for a number of things. So it really had a good level of support. You can submit requests for tickets, I guess, up here for some help. As well. And so good support, well laid out, and searchable. And let's go back to let's click on add a device real quick. So if I click on add a device, it's very easy to add a device. You can be at the PC and just add a device and do a quick install. Or if it was a remote PC and you want to send someone the link to do the install, you can click on this link and then send this link to someone maybe who you want to remotely manage their PC. So you could do that as well. So it's very easy to add a device. All right, let's click into one of these PCs. I'll click this one. And this is the section of the portal where you can really begin to see what you can tweak in terms of settings. And let's go through each one of these real quickly. So as soon as you jump into a PC off of the dashboard, there's a couple things you can do. It'll tell you the OS it's running, Windows 10. It'll tell you the device name, which you could change. This one's called Dell PC. You could also remove it. So you could remove this PC from management as well, just by clicking remove. You can also run a clean. I showed you in the actual portal how to clean, and this would be a remote clean by locking in here. You can clean it here, or you can clean it right on the PC just by hitting scan here. So there's a number of ways to start a scan, either remotely on the management portal or back over here by hitting scan here on the PC. So there's a couple of things to do here. So there's status, history, protection, web filtering, and privacy. You'll also see new activity down below here. So let's run through each one of these real quickly. I will tell you this, the biggest area with the most changes of the settings is in protection and web filtering. You'll see those. So if I click on, status gives you an overall status. Everything's enabled with a green check mark. If I hit configure in here, it'll take you to these areas here. And so let me go to history real quick and show you what kind of history you can see on the PC through the software. You can look at all history, just PC history with threats, websites, other, and quarantine. And so if I click through these, you'll see if there's any activity down here, it would be listed below. So other, so the last scans I ran, and quarantines. I don't think I have anything in quarantine. So that's basically history. Here's where all the good stuff is. So in protection, you have a couple of different tabs: general, exploits, ransomware, and web. Let's look through each one of those. So in the general area of the protection tab, you've got real-time protection, malicious traffic detection, artificial intelligence, machine learning, or AI, schedule scan, and exceptions here. So let's look at each one of these. So real-time protection is obviously your real-time scanning of files when they are accessed. So obviously I don't want to turn these off. When they're blue, they're on. If they're gray, they're off. Malicious traffic detection is detecting programs connected to malicious remote servers. AI is enhanced scanning with AI machine learning. Let me stop here and talk about this AI feature a bit more, because this is a top feature in the software for sure, and one that makes Sophos Home Premium stand out from other security vendors. This artificial or AI-based threat protection was originally created for their business customers. Now, Sophos is incorporating the technology into their consumer offerings. Many other PC security softwares work off of signature files to help detect and stop viruses and malware. Once a virus is released, security companies then add that virus into their current signature files and update their end users. Sophos Home Premium does not rely on signature files or any previous knowledge or new malware samples. Their deep learning AI engine detects and blocks known and unknown malware in milliseconds. Predictive and intuitive, the engine evaluates files before they even run and stops brand new, never-before-seen zero-day attacks. Sophos Home Premium goes beyond traditional signature-based detection and continuously monitors for behavior that reflects a ransomware attack, enabling the system to catch new and unknown variants earlier than traditional methods that rely on sample analysis and signature generation. When files are encrypted on the system, the Sophos platform continuously makes backup files, and their ransomware detection technology monitors the behavior. If it determines the behavior is malicious, their software kills the process, removes the offending ransomware, and rolls back the encryption process by replacing the encrypted files with saved backups. All of this is done seamlessly and automatically. This is a huge feature and definitely a top reason why you would select Sophos Home Premium as your PC security software. So we have all these on. If you turn them off real quick, it would just give you a warning, and I certainly don't want to turn those on. These are all on as the software comes when it's first loaded. These are all turned on automatically. From a schedule scan perspective, if I turned that on, you could actually pick the day of the week. If you want to run it 3 days a week, and you could pick the time, AM or PM. Blue is selected, white is unselected. So if you wanted to run a scan on Sunday at 4 in the morning or twice a week, you could go in here and schedule those. Right now I have it unscheduled. And then exceptions, you could add files or folders here that you don't want Sophos to scan, whether it's a drive or a file name or a folder. You could put those here and it wouldn't scan certain files, folders, or areas. I don't have any of those. I select it when I do a full scan. It runs and scans the whole PC. So this is what you have under General for protection. Let's look at exploits real quick. Under exploits, you have exploit mitigation, risk reduction, and protected applications. So let's look at these. Exploit mitigation is basically protecting vulnerable applications against future attacks. So it says specifically only turn off when you trust an action being blocked. So let's see what kind of advanced settings there are, and I don't think there are a whole lot of them here. Well, green would be on, and I think, red? Red would be off. So under exploit mitigation, the advanced settings are protecting web browsers, Java applications, Office applications, media applications, preventing code cave utilization. Some of this stuff, obviously, when it first came, they were all turned on. If you wanted to turn certain ones off, I guess you could just turn them off like that. But these settings at this level are pretty technical. I think most people, for the majority, keep these all green and turned on. Unless you have a specific reason to turn some of these off, you certainly can. Risk reduction is the protection against common ways of infecting machines, such as USB drives. So let's take a look and see what the advanced settings are. Stop malicious USB devices. I don't know why I had that one off. I'm going to leave all these green. So under the settings here, you've got stop sandbox aware malware, stop backdoor traffic, protect process hollowing, prevent DLLs loading from untrusted sources, and stop malicious USB devices. Again, all of these sound pretty technical. I don't think that the average consumer is going to want to change these settings, but for those more technically advanced people who have a need or want to change some of these settings in risk reduction or exploit mitigation, these are the settings that you could either stop or have run. So under protected applications, you can control which applications are under advanced protection, or you can remove applications and only enable a function that is being blocked. So let's show what applications are. So these are all the applications that are currently running. So if you wanted to remove an application to enable a function that is being blocked, you would go in here and turn off certain applications, i.e. or Outlook or Excel. Right now I have them all highlighted though. I guess once you turn one green, so once you turn one red, it'll show up at the bottom. So you can then have it organized pretty effectively and visually, so you can see which ones are green and which ones were off and which ones were on. So those are the three things under exploits, under protection. Let's look at ransomware real quick under protection. So we've got two things we can change here: ransomware protection and master boot record protection. So basically, ransomware protection is going to stop ransomware from encrypting your file. So I've always had this on. Let's see what kind of advanced settings there are. It's not very deep here, right? It's pretty simple. Protect from remotely run ransomware. So I think I've always had this on. There's no reason why you would turn off your ransomware protection. So that's kind of limited in terms of the settings here, but that's what it is. And then the master boot record protection is going to stop ransomware from destroying your storage configurations. So again, I haven't turned either one of these off, but these are the two settings that you have the ability to control in ransomware under protection. And let's look at web real quick. So your settings under web are web protection, download reputation, safe online banking, and website exceptions. Let's take a look at each one of these real quick, and there's really only a setting under one of them. So from web protection, this is going to block websites that are known to have malware. Obviously, you want to have that running. Download reputation. So you can use feedback here from other protected communities to generate a reputation score for downloads based upon their content and website. I haven't changed this at all. This has been on from the beginning, but let's see what so there's only one setting here to change. Download reputation level. Recommended, right? I haven't changed this at all, and so I've left it unrecommended. And then the other one here is safe online banking. Let's see what kind of settings there are here. This is going to this is going to offer browser protection for safe online banking, and so this is basically your protection against keyloggers and enabling safe browsing. So obviously I've left those both the same, but protection against keyloggers is very important. I would never turn that off. And then an area for website exceptions. You could add websites here that you do not want Sophos Home to block. And so if you had trusted or websites you went to all the time that were safe and you were comfortable with, you can put them in here. Otherwise, it's going to scan those websites as you access them online. So those are the options under protection. So again, we've got general, we've got exploits, we've got ransomware, and web. And so some of the things here, you notice that, there are some settings here and there, but not a whole lot of settings here and settings here to tweak or change here at all. So I've certainly seen other PC security softwares which offer a great deal more settings and configurations, but a lot of people don't need all those different settings unless you're very technical and are doing certain things. So these settings seem pretty reasonable, and there's some things you can set in here and stop, and some things you can run. So let's move over to web filtering real quick. There's a couple things under web filtering so that you could allow, warn, or block here, and so we'll take a look at these. But basically, this is the those are the three things you can do here, and in these areas, there are general interest websites, there are social networking and computing, adult and potentially inappropriate websites or categories, and website exceptions again, right? Those ones that you do not want Sophos to block. And so I have all these under allow, but I mean, if you had a child, certainly a child If you were managing a kid's PC, you'd change all these to red. You can do individual ones, change them individually, or you can go down here and say, hey, look, I want everything under adult and potentially inappropriate websites to be blocked. So I'm going to change this back to allow. You can do general interest categories, gambling. If you just wanted gambling sites blocked or warned about, you could change those. Social networking, etc. And so a lot of settings here to change under web browsing and web filtering. Change that one black. Okay. And the privacy tab is the last tab here. And basically there's only one here, which is webcam protection. And this is going to alert you when you have unwanted use of your webcam. And so I, of course, want to be alerted if someone's trying to access my webcam and invade my privacy. So I've left that on. And so that's the only one here under privacy. So let's go back real quick. So privacy is your webcam protection. Web filtering is by category. There are 3 categories, and then website exceptions if you want to add website exceptions in there for Sophos not to block certain websites. So you've got web filtering. Protection is the big one we talked about with general exploits, ransomware, and web. And there's a number of things you can change in here in the settings, and some you can't. And then the history gives you a complete history of your last scans and the last cookies found, etc., the viruses and threats found, bad websites found. This would all be in this section here, including quarantine section. And basically your status again, right? So if you had something turned off, let's turn off privacy and go back to status. It would then give you alert here, right? So it's giving you an orange circle with a warning in the middle that your privacy is off. So if you knew that something wasn't off, it would let you know, and then you could go back in there, turn it on, and then feel confident that all those are turned green and configured and up and running. So again, so this is the dashboard. And so let me just go back out to the dashboard. So if I went into another PC, let's go into this other PC, you could get, all the activity here of recent scans, and just, you'd want to make sure that everything was green and configured and working. But again, just like with the other PC, you could go in here and give different levels of warning or things. See, this is a PC where I know a child is accessing it, a teenager, and we've blocked most of these adult and potentially inappropriate websites, of course. So you can do different things with different people in the settings here. So, but again, here are your privacies, the scans you can set, and all that. And so basically the layout is really, really well done, pretty easy to understand, easy to add a device, easy to go into any other device and see if you're protected, or if one of the privacy settings or one of the settings here is off, and giving you a warning here. So it's very easy to kind of go into each device remotely, not remotely, run a scan, make sure things are up to date. If you wanted to, enter in a website that you didn't want Sophos to block. So there's lots of things you can do in here, and hopefully this gives you a good indication of the different areas, the dashboard, and how to go in and monitor each of the PCs. I will say one thing though, that one of the features that we did like a whole lot is the remote management capabilities. So having this be a cloud managed PC security software is the fact that you can go in, I can deploy software remotely, I can add features, change features remotely on some of these PCs. Having that remote capability, that remote management capability, is really a great feature. Now, from a feature standpoint, there were 2 features that we didn't see in the Sophos Home Premium. Maybe they get added in the future that we have seen across other PC security vendors, and that is the feature of a password manager. So some PC security vendors today do provide a password manager that can manage up to 20 or 25 passwords free of charge, and they bundle that within their software, and then anything over that they charge extra for in a password manager. But we thought a password manager was a feature that would be very helpful here. The other thing is that this isn't an unlimited piece of software. It does have a limit on 10. There's only 1 or 2 PC security vendors out there that offer unlimited devices. But if you've got a family of 5 or 6 people, even for people that have multiple devices, those 10 licenses do run out pretty quickly when you're putting it on PCs, tablets, and phones. And so it is nice to have an unlimited number of devices, but 10 is a good count. Maybe in the future, if they didn't want to go unlimited, you could do they could bump that up to 15 devices or whatnot. But 10 is definitely a good number. Certainly not unlimited, but better than 3. I think 3 is what you get on the free version. 10 is what you get with Home Premium. So the other thing that stuck out a little bit is on parental controls. And so from a parental control standpoint, it did have some really good options here to allow, warn, or block general categories of sites, whether it's social networking or inappropriate or adult or gambling. That you could definitely do. There are some security softwares out there that offer options to control screen time, internet usage, and things like that. So there are web filtering capabilities in here to protect children from seeing inappropriate content or websites they shouldn't be on, gaming, gambling, etc. But it would be nice to see something in the future that maybe was added in here that allowed you to control PC screen time or something like that for children. So that's something that more and more PC security companies are adding into their software as an option. So overall, I think Sophos Home Premium is a very solid PC security product. It's a cloud-managed security software. All the features and functionalities are all cloud-based, so it was easy to add new devices and deploy software on remote PCs. I think the remote management feature of this software is excellent. I think it has really strong ransomware protection powered by artificial intelligence, which is huge. And they take that from their commercial business-grade security software, which obviously has been proven and works very well. And so there's great features and functionalities that Sophos has put into this Home Premium consumer product that has come from the business side of their software. So they certainly know a lot about software in the business space. And then these new products, which are 4.5 and 2.5 years old, relatively recent, are pretty good, packed with some great features and functionalities, and really offer a good deal for the price here. I was really impressed with the way they license this too. So they really offer you a 1, 2, or 3 year deal. That was pretty cool. The prices seem really competitive as well in terms of the features and functionalities of what the software offers from a Home Premium standpoint compared to some of the other top products from the other leading security software vendors as well. And so overall, though, it was very easy software to deploy, to manage, to run scans on, to set up, and it really kind of gets a good grade from us. So hope you enjoyed the video today, the walkthrough of the different options from Sophos in the consumer space, and the deep dive into the portal, and a discussion around the highlights and the additional features that Sophos Home Premium offers. Please take a quick second before you go and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon as well so you get notified when we post new videos. That's a wrap, folks. Again, this is John with Get PC Security. As always, keep your PCs safe and protected online, and thanks for watching today.